Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Leviticus, the third book of Moses, called Leviticus. Chapter 1. And the Lord called unto Moses, and spake unto him out of the tabernacle of the congregation, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, If any man of you bring an offering unto the Lord, ye shall bring your offering of the cattle, even of the herd, and of the flock. If his offering be a burnt sacrifice of the herd, let him offer a male without blemish. He shall offer it of his own voluntary will at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord. And he shall put his hand upon the head of the burnt offering, and it shall be accepted for him to make atonement for him. And he shall kill the bullock before the Lord, and the priests, Aaron's sons, shall bring the blood and sprinkle the blood round about upon the altar that is by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And he shall flay the burnt offering, and cut it into his pieces. And the sons of Aaron the priest shall put fire upon the altar, and lay the wood in order upon the fire. And the priests, Aaron's sons, shall lay the parts, the head and the fat, in order upon the wood that is on the fire, which is upon the altar. But his inwards and his legs shall he wash in water. And the priest shall burn all on the altar, to be a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord. And if his offering be of the flocks, namely, of the sheep or of the goats for a burnt sacrifice, he shall bring it a male without blemish, and he shall kill it on the side of the altar northward before the Lord. And the priest, Aaron's son, shall sprinkle his blood round about upon the altar, and he shall cut it into his pieces, with his head and his fat. And the priest shall lay them in order on the wood that is on the fire, which is upon the altar. But he shall wash the inwards and the legs with water, and the priest shall bring it all, and burn it upon the altar. It is a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord. And if the burnt sacrifice for his offering to the Lord be of fowls, then he shall bring his offering of turtle doves, or of young pigeons. And the priest shall bring it unto the altar, and wring off his head, and burn it on the altar. And the blood thereof shall be wrung out at the side of the altar. And he shall pluck away his crop with his feathers, and cast it beside the altar on the east part, by the place of the ashes. And he shall cleave it with the wings thereof, but shall not divide it asunder. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar, upon the wood that is upon the fire. It is a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord. Chapter 2. And when any will offer a meat offering unto the Lord, his offering shall be of fine flour, and he shall pour oil upon it, and put frankincense thereon. And he shall bring it to Aaron's sons the priests, and he shall take thereout his handful of the flour thereof, and of the oil thereof, with all the frankincense thereof. And the priest shall burn the memorial of it upon the altar, to be an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord. And the remnant of the meat offering shall be Aaron's and his sons. It is the thing most holy of the offerings of the Lord made by fire. And if thou bring an oblation of a meat offering baken in the oven, it shall be unleavened cakes of fine flour mingled with oil, or unleavened wafers anointed with oil. And if thy oblation be a meat offering baken in a pan, it shall be of fine flour unleavened, mingled with oil. Thou shalt part it in pieces, and pour oil thereon. It is a meat offering. And if thy oblation be a meat offering baken in the frying pan, it shall be made of fine flour with oil. And thou shalt bring the meat offering that is made of these things unto the Lord. And when it is presented unto the priest, he shall bring it unto the altar. And the priest shall take from the meat offering a memorial thereof, and shall burn it upon the altar. It is an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord. And that which is left of the meat offering shall be Aaron's and his sons. It is the thing most holy of the offerings of the Lord made by fire. No meat offering which ye shall bring unto the Lord shall be made with leaven, for ye shall burn no leaven, nor any honey, in any offering of the Lord made by fire. As for the oblation of the first fruits, ye shall offer them unto the Lord.
but they shall not be burnt on the altar for a sweet savor. And every oblation of thy meat offering shalt thou season with salt. Neither shalt thou suffer the salt of the covenant of thy God to be lacking from thy meat offering. With all thine offerings thou shalt offer salt. And if thou offer a meat offering of thy first fruits unto the Lord, thou shalt offer for the meat offering of thy first fruits green ears of corn dried by the fire, even corn beaten out of full ears. And thou shalt put oil upon it, and lay frankincense thereon. It is a meat offering. And the priest shall burn the memorial of it, part of the beaten corn thereof, and part of the oil thereof, with all the frankincense thereof. It is an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Chapter 3. And if his oblation be a sacrifice of peace offering, if he offer it of the herd, whether it be a male or female, he shall offer it without blemish before the Lord. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering, and kill it at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron's sons the priest shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And Aaron's son shall burn it on the altar upon the burnt sacrifice, which is upon the wood that is on the fire. It is an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord. And if his offering for a sacrifice of peace offering unto the Lord be of the flock, male or female, he shall offer it without blemish. If he offer a lamb for his offering, then shall he offer it before the Lord. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering, and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron's sons shall sprinkle the blood thereof round about upon the altar. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering an offering made by fire unto the Lord. The fat thereof, and the whole rump, it shall he take off hard by the backbone, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire unto the Lord. And if his offering be a goat, then he shall offer it before the Lord. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of it, and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the sons of Aaron shall sprinkle the blood thereof upon the altar round about. And he shall offer thereof his offering, even an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire for a sweet savor. All the fat is the Lord's. It shall be a perpetual statute for your generations throughout all your dwellings, that ye eat neither fat nor blood.
Chapter 4. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a soul shall sin through ignorance against any of the commandments of the Lord concerning things which ought not to be done, and shall do against any of them, if the priest that is anointed do sin according to the sin of the people, then let him bring for his sin which he hath sinned a young bullock without blemish unto the Lord for a sin offering.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. General Yashipin, Matehayu, David, and Ephraim. I sent you guys a link to actually come in the room and read. If you check your emails there, there's a link for you to actually come on and read. So once again, giving all praises to the Supreme Elohim of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. His proper name is Yahweh. All praises to Yahweh by Yahusha. What's going on, Eric? I haven't been seeing you around. Let me call this guy Matthew, man. So, to those of you that don't know, and all of you should be aware of this, because I sent out the calendar to everyone that joins, that shows you that many of you, your concentration is not for the Most High, man. But there's high holy days coming up in this month. In fact, one is in a few days. Shalom. We're on the live stream. Check your email.
Yeah, I just heard you say something about it.
All right. Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.
So yeah, pardon me for that. So yeah, there's a high holy day coming up. Actually 2 of them this month. In the month of September. You have the Feast of Trumpets, which is September the 8th through 9th. Remember, all of the high holy days start from sundown. Where's Ephraim, Taurus? He's got none of these readers got in here yet? Nope. Is he in the room? He was here earlier, man. Ephraim, where you at? So nevertheless, man, there's high holy days this month. The Feast of Trumpets is September the 8th to 9th, from sundown to sundown. And there is the Day of Atonement, a major high holy day, September the 17th to 18th. So we, I know that's a short notice, but we definitely need to try to make arrangements to congregate for the Day of Atonement. Last year we congregated in North Carolina, in Durham, but we definitely need to come up with a location to meet. That's a major high holy day. For the Day of Atonement, you're supposed to afflict your soul. You're supposed to fast for 24 hours. 24-hour fast, and ask for forgiveness of sins of you and your household that may have actually sinned that year. Everyone that's in your household that's old enough, of adequate age, is supposed to atone for their sins and fast. So these are high holy days that's coming up. So you definitely want to and if you're a man, you're definitely supposed to congregate for these high holy days. These are holy convocations. That mean you come together. A lot of you're individualites. You keep so-called keep these high holy days by yourself, but you're not. You can't do that. That's not what the scriptures say. The scriptures tells you to come together, to congregate. That's why it's called a holy convocation. You're supposed to gather together. So I haven't came up with a location yet, but need to look for one real quick. There's a possibility that we may meet in one of the states where there's not a lot of buffoonery going on. New York is definitely out of the question, but maybe we'll look at somewhere that's not really pushing that too bad. Maybe either Virginia or Georgia, somewhere around there. We never done one in Virginia, maybe perhaps in Virginia, but we definitely need to congregate for the high holy days, or it could possibly be Georgia. But we need a list of everyone that intends to attend. You don't have to be a member of the True Disciples of Christ to attend these high holy days. Jaslyn, this is the first time that we've seen you on here. I don't know if you belong to any assembly, but you're welcome to attend the high holy days. In fact, anyone that's listening that's not a member of the assembly, you are invited to attend these high holy days, because the Most High tells you you're supposed to assemble. Again, you cannot be an individualite in this truth. You're supposed to gather together. So again, September the 17th and 18th is the Day of Atonement, where you're supposed to afflict your soul. You're fasting. It's like we lost 3 people already, man. Nevertheless, man. So, and we'll establish the Zoom call, and we'll get this together, and we'll come up with where we're gonna actually meet for this high holy day. Yeah, Prez, that's a good offer. Milwaukee, but I don't know how close people really are to that. How far? I was trying to get somewhere like the center of the U.S., but yeah, see how many people will be willing to go there. If at all possible, what people need to do is to try and unify, get a van or something, and then pick brothers up that way. But nevertheless, our subject matter, because I got to do a webinar at 12. Our subject matter here is actually being born again. Being born again. What does it mean to be born again, Matthew?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Matthew, you there? Anyone in the room, what does it mean to be born again? Matthew, if you can't talk, there's really no point of being on this side of the call. If you can't talk, there's really no point of being on this side of the call. Where's David? David, I sent you a link to come in the room. Come on in the room, Elder David, if you're on the call. Give David a call, man. Matthew, you have some sort of connection issue there?
I guess he is. He put in a private chat if we can hear him.
We can't hear you.
No, we cannot hear you at all.
See, I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Tazadaq.
Hey, David, we need you on the call. We sent you a link
Okay,
for
I'll be right on.
the Bible study.
Okay.
All right, sure. Now, I'm gonna tell you, man. A lot of you think you understand the Bible, but you really don't. And I know that hurts a lot of feelings. But the way that you've been taught the Bible is a lie, especially you women, right? Because you learned in a church. Now, if you're not keeping a law, you're not born again. You're not born again. Because in order to be born again, you have to be born of the Spirit and of the water. And I'm going to get to what that means. And it does not mean anything that you have been taught or even close to what you've been taught or you think it means. It does not mean that. To be born again. The Christianity way of saying it is, have you been saved? Have you been saved? Henry Jones say transformation of the mind. It's only the law, my good brother Ali, the law that showed us how to deny the flesh and to be born again. So how can any Christian, big play, be born again when every denomination in Christianity tells you that you're no longer under the law, you're under grace, which is a lie. That is a lie. And anyone that's operating under that vibration, you're not following the truth. You're not worshiping the KAHAN that you call God of the Bible. You may be worshiping a God, but you're worshiping a God of this world. Your preacher is your God. The Lord showed us how to deny the flesh and to be spiritually. So to be born, to be born again means that we're operating under the Ruach HaKodesh, that we become spiritual. Let me tell you this, man. If you sleep with another man's wife, you cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Someone get me the book of, well, it's only General Yahusha being on here, Exodus 20 and 14. David was supposed to be coming, but he hasn't shown up yet. Book of Exodus 20, verse 14.
Book of Exodus, Shemot, chapter 20, verse 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
So you're not supposed to commit adultery. It's a sin of the flesh. The punishment for adultery is death. So if you commit adultery, you cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High. People in church do that all of the time. You can't sleep with another man's woman, brothers. And she knows that. She's wicked. Most of these women are wicked. That's works of the flesh. See, when you're born again, you don't do that. There's no such thing as a mistake if you're born again, because if you have the Ruach in you, you're no longer sinning. To sleep with another man's wife is a work of this flesh. If you're involved in idolatry, if you look at your preacher as God, if you're celebrating Easter, Halloween, Christmas, etc., you're still following the flesh. You haven't been born again. You're not operating under the Ruach HaKodesh, the set-apart spirit, the Holy Spirit. From there, let's get Yachanan. Let's get John chapter 3. I'm going to start reading at verse 1.
Book of Yachanan, John chapter 3. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews.
Okay, so Nicodemus, he was well learned. He was a ruler. The Pharisees, they were the orators. That means that they had the whole Torah memorized in their heads. So Nicodemus was a Pharisee. Read on.
The same came to Yahusha by night and said unto him, Rabbi,
Meaning master.
we know that thou art a teacher come from Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
For no man can do these miracles that thou doest, except Yahweh be with him. Yahusha answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of Yahweh.
So Hamashiach said to all of you, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. He can't see it. What does that tell you, man? That tells you that the woman is unclean. Because any man born from the woman is unclean. Why? Because she's unclean. Hamashiach didn't say if you was born the first time, did he, General Yahusha?
No.
He said, except if a man be born again, Ali. I need you to hear this, man, because I'm advocating it. So if you're born of an unclean woman, then that baby's born unclean. He's born unclean. So you're born in this sin. David said, I was born in this sin. Read on.
Nicodemus saith unto him, How can a man be born when he is old?
See, Nicodemus, Hamashiach was dealing with the Ruach. Nicodemus didn't comprehend that. Christ was talking about being born spiritually. He said, how can a man be born again? How are you going to get a grown man to come through a mother's womb? Read on.
Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born?
Can you imagine General Yahusha being a big overgrown man like Richard Burch coming through some woman's womb a second time? That's the understanding, or should I say, The misunderstanding, Shabbat Shalom, Shah, that's a misunderstanding that Nicodemus had. And he was one of the higher priests over the Pharisees, man. Read on.
Yahusha answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee,
He's saying, truly, truly, I say unto you, read.
except a man be born of water and of the Spirit,
Okay, that's two things we got to pay attention to there.
he
Except to
cannot
be born of what?
born of water and of the Spirit.
You hear that, Ali? Except a man be born of water and of the Spirit. I know what you're thinking. Because you came up into Christianity. You said, oh, Tazadaq, we got to be baptized. Baby. Hey, where's Ephraim, man? How come he's not on this call? I sent him the link also. This is not talking about water baptism. This is some nonsense that you Baptists still push. But Hamashiach never baptized anyone with water. It's not talking about water baptism. So you have to be spiritually cleansed. And the only way that's done by keeping the law. So I'm going to tell you something, man. All you women that disobey your husband, there's no kingdom of heaven for you. You wicked as hell. And I fast and I pray to see the Most High bring death and destruction to you, man. You're wicked. The women on this earth is wicked. And you guys wonder why I bang on them so much. You're wicked, man. And you have the audacity to go around and try to recite the Bible to someone else when you're wicked behind this off as hell. You better humble your damn selves or die. You're totally out of order. But Esau society is falling, and your wicked behind is going to fall right with it. Because you're the one that believes this nonsense. So baptism, water baptism is not going to save you. You ever seen a hoe go out to a club, General Yashabin, and she go to church and get baptized, and she's still sleeping around? That proves water baptism doesn't save you. That's a damn ritual, man. You got to get your spirit right. Your spirit is off. That's why you walk around and you startle yourself like a whore. And then lust concede, like in the book of James 1:15. Nobody call you out on it, man. You women are wicked, man. That's why I fast and I pray, man, that the Most High turn this thing up, man, and hurry up, and Hamashiach, hurry up and return, man, and judge this wicked earth, man. So all these people was making mockery that didn't want to listen. When I'm giving messages like this, he put them to death, man. Eve is wicked as hell, man. She's far more wicked than men. And you can't tell a damn thing. That half of them are up in a man's face. And a man smacked the hell out of her. He'll say, you shouldn't hit a woman. Stay in your damn lane. Because the Most High is going to deal with you, man. Hey, Matik, how are you? Can you hear yet? I mean, can you speak yet?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You got your Torah on you?
Yeah.
Where's Ephraim, man? He was talking in the room earlier. Yeah, all right. You know, it's mandatory. I'm going to say this to all you men. It's mandatory for you men to gather like this, man. Whenever you see us gathering, this is mandatory. This is not optional. Most High say you're supposed to congregate. If a woman is on her menstrual, she's not supposed to congregate. She shouldn't even be reading the word because she's unclean, not in congregation. A lot of you women don't know that because ain't nobody tell you a damn thing. You think you know it all. And everything that you learn from a man. Anything of substance. All of you need to be born again. You need a damn born again vagina. Because you don't play the harlot. You don't play the whore. So many damn men been up in you. You need a born again vagina. Go ahead, keep reading, General Yashabin.
Come. Yahusha answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. That which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit.
So there's a distinction here, man. There's a distinction here. Read on.
Marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again. The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst tell whence it cometh and whither it goeth. So is every one that is born of the Spirit. Nicodemus answered and said unto him, How can these things be? Yahusha answered and said unto him, Art thou a master of Israel, and knowest not these things?
You see that? So Hamashiach said to Nicodemus, hold on, man. You're a master teacher of the Israelites, and you don't know these things? You're a high priest, and you don't know these things? Hey, Matthew, give me the book of Job 25, verse 4. Read that verse again, Yashabim.
Come, verse 10.
No, 5. John 3 and 5. Matthew, give me give me Job 25 and 4. Job 25, verse 4.
Book of John, chapter 3, verse 5. Yahusha answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of Yahweh.
Okay, so first of all, Christ saying we got to be born again. You hear that, Ephraim? That means when you're born of a woman, your baby is unclean. The baby's unclean. He didn't say be born the first time. He said be born again. Matthew, give me that Job 25 and 4. Prove that when you're born of a woman, you're born unclean. Unclean, unclean. Job 25, verse 4.
Verse 4. Can anyone be righteous or pure in God's sight? You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
In his eyes, even the moon is not bright, or the stars
Job
pure.
25, verse 4. That's not Job 25, verse 4.
Job or Joel?
Job. Let me say Job. J-O-B. Someone give me Job 25 and 4, man. Hurry up, man. Gotta keep this spirit going. Job 25 and 4.
Book of Job.
Ephraim, get Job 25 and 4.
I got it already.
All right, bring it up.
Book of Job, chapter 25, verse 4. How then can man be justified with Yahweh? Or how can he be clean that is born of a woman?
How can he be clean that's born of a woman? That means when we're born unclean. You hear that, David? You hear that, David? Unclean, unclean. So when you're born on a woman, you're already born unclean. Why? Because she's filled with sin. How can that which comes from something that's unclean be clean? You hear that, David? So you got to be born again. I know you hear me, David. So let's go back one more time. So we see we got to be born again. We see what we got to be born again because all of us is born in sin. Because we born from an unclean woman. Read that again, Yashabim. John 3 and 5.
Book of John, Yachanan, chapter 3, verse 5. Yahusha answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of Yahweh.
Now we got to address both of those. To be born of water, of the Spirit. A lot of you Christians, you think that's talking about baptism. It's not talking about baptism. Someone give me the Ephesians 5 and 26. We're going to see what that being born of water means. Taurus, Yahya Bey, do you have an Apocrypha? I need Sirach 25 and 24. This is why when you're born of a woman, man, you're unclean. David, do you have an come on, he's sitting there like a statue, man. Come on, this guy, so comical, man.
What happened?
Can't, man. David, you got a pocket for you, brother? Elder? Nah. So someone give me Sirach 25, 24. Ephraim, can you hear us yet? Or can you talk? Guess not.
Job.
It's just me and Jim. We need Sirach 25, 24.
25, 4.
Sirach 25 and 24.
The book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
Okay, so this is why we need to be born again. We're born from an unclean woman. Go back to that Job 25, verse 4 again, Matthew. Job 25, verse 4. You're Yahya Bey, man. Can you hear us?
Job 25, verse 4. How then can man be justified with Elohim, or how can he be clean that is born of a woman?
How can he be clean that's born of a woman? The woman's unclean, man, according to the Bible, man. When you're born from a woman, you're born unclean. You're born in sin because she's sinning. She's not coming. She's not set apart like Mary was. All of these women out here sinning, man. They don't even want to listen to their husbands. Then they have the audacity to fix their damn mouth to try and recite the Bible. Man, the Most High strike them down right there where they stand or where they sit. Hypocrites. Let's get to Ephesians 5 and 26. Again, Ephesians 5 and 26.
Book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
By the word. By the word. So that's how you're being born of the water. It's the water of the word. The word. Not having water sprinkled over you in baptism, and then she go to the club and she's sleeping with the next man. He gets baptized. He go out and he's sleeping with another man's wife, which is adultery in accordance with Exodus 20 and 14. That's the works of the flesh. This is why you have to be born again. You have to be born again. And if you're out here sinning, if you're out here disrespecting your husband, if you're out here playing a whore, you haven't been born again. If you're a male, if you're a whoremonger, you're a man out here, you sleeping with another man's wife, doing all kind of sexual wickedness, watching porn, or you getting down like Michelle Penny, you've not been born again. You're operating through wickedness, man. And the poison of apes is under your tongue. And you move like a damn snake. Let's go back to Yachanan, John 3 and 8.
Book of Yachanan, John, chapter 3, verse 8. The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh and whither it goeth. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit.
You see that? So you got to be born of the Spirit. That's what it means to be born again, not saying I'm saved. How you saved if you're not keeping the laws? The only thing that saves you is keeping the law, the law, the law. Washing of the water of the word means you're keeping the law, the law. There's no option in this. You understand now, Ivy? Where towers? Y'all understand that? From there, let's get Genesis 1 and 26. We don't need all of it. I just wanted you to read that first part of it. Genesis 1 and 26.
Book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 26. And Supreme Elohim said,
So there was a council, So they had a council in heaven. They had a council in heaven, and they decided what they wanted to make man look like. This is how they say they was going to make man look. Read.
let us make man in our image, after our likeness.
So they took a council in heaven and they decided to make man in the image and likeness of the Most High, the Supreme Elohim. They took a council in heaven and they said, let us make man in our image and our likeness. So we're dealing with people's spirit. We're dealing with the Most High Spirit right here. This is not talking about man's physical image. We're dealing with the spirit right here. See, you cannot be in the image and likeness of Yahuwah, God, unless you are spiritual. And if you're spiritual, let me tell you why you women are not spiritual. You're not in obedience to the law. You don't obey your husband. You're wicked as hell. And you're going to die, Negro, die. You're going to die. Keep listening to these preachers. The preacher is your God. And that's idolatry. Because he's sending you to hell in a handbasket. So we're dealing with people's spirits right here. When you're walking in the raw, you do what the scriptures say. Because if you love him, you're going to do what he said. You're a liar. 1 John 2 verse 4, he that saith, I know of him and keepeth not his commandments is a liar. And the truth is not in him or her. You're a liar. So we're dealing with spirits right here. From there, let's go back to Yachanan. Let's get 4:24. Yachanan 4:24. John 4:24.
Well, I mean, I ain't trying to take over reading the scriptures.
Yeah, nobody else is saying nothing. Ephraim, can you read? David, can you read? Matthew, they take them too long to get to it too, man. That's why you got to read the Bible regularly, man. Because if you read the Bible regularly, it's not going to take you that long to get to a passage. Especially with some electronic Bible. You just type it in and go to it. You don't even need to memorize the Bible.
And God is the Spirit, and they that worship him in spirit and in truth.
Read it again, David.
John 4:24. God is a spirit.
Is a what?
A spirit. And they that worship him.
Is a what, David?
A spirit.
Okay, stop right there. Let's go back to Genesis 1:26. Read that again, Yahusha. So David say the Most High is a spirit, according to what we just read. John 4:24. See, we're dealing with spirits right here. We're not dealing with the flesh. We're dealing with spirits. Read that Genesis 1:26 again.
Come on, the book of Genesis. Better shift, chapter 1 and 26. And Supreme Elohim said, let us make man in our image.
In our image. So the image that he's talking about, spiritually make man. To spiritually. We're dealing with the Ruach HaKadosh. So they had a council in heaven. And they wanted to decide how they was going to make man. And they said in Genesis 1:26, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. It's talking about the Ruach, man. We're dealing with man's spirit here. You can't be in the image of a spiritual God unless you are a spiritual man. Read it again, David. John 4:24.
God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
Okay, what is the truth? Get John 17, verse 17. Ephraim. What is the truth? So you gotta worship him in spirit. In order to worship him in spirit, you have to be a spiritual man. You can't be a man in the flesh anymore. You lying to yourself. And that's most of our women, man. You're nothing but some daughters of adultery, man. You're not under the law, man. You're pretending. And I fast and I pray when this thing comes down, man. And you go, this damn devil that you've been following, man, you're going to hate it. You're going to wish that you had listened, but it's going to be too damn late. See, you love following Christianity because you could do what the heck you want to do. But you can't follow this if you're not spiritual. Yachanan 17, verse 17. It says to worship him in spirit and in truth. What is the truth? Someone give me Yachanan 17, verse 17.
Book of Yachanan, chapter 17, verse 17. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth.
Read it again.
Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth.
Thy word is truth. So why are they telling you the law is done away with? What word is he talking about? The Bible. What does the Bible teach you? The law, the law, the law. It's the law that makes you spiritual. Without the law, you're not spiritual. You're carnal. Your preacher's telling you you're not under the law anymore. You're under grace. And so our women fled the churches. Why? Because they're wicked. Get Sirach 25 and 19. You better keep a sure watch on a shameless daughter. A lot of you say, nah, not my woman. You simple as hell, Negro. You better get your spirit right. This is written in the scriptures for a reason, man. I'm telling you, now the Most High's not playing with neither one of you, man. Sirach 25 and 19, man.
Book of Sirach, Ecclesiastes, chapter 25, verse 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman.
That's why they so damn wicked. The Most High told you, he warned you, boy. That's why you can't have peace in your home. Because a woman is typically wicked, man. Unless you keep her under this law, she wicked as hell. And a wicked woman is not even close to a man being wicked. That's a hell of a thing right there, man. That's why it's in the scriptures, man. You guys, you better wise up, man. If you don't keep her under this law, you got a damn demon on your hands, man. Now, you can like that, understand it, believe it or not, man. You can like it, understand it, believe it or not. From there, let's get Philippians 3, verse 3. So you got to be spiritual to worship the Most High.
Book of Philippians, chapter 3, verse 3. For we are the circumcision, which worship Supreme Elohim in spirit, in the spirit, and rejoice in the Mashiach Yahusha.
You hear that, Matthew? You got to worship him in the spirit. In the spirit. The Bible's dealing with your spirit, man. That's how you could tell most of these people not walking right, man. Their spirits are off. They pick and choose what they're going to do in the Bible. A lot of you women, you won't cover because you're wicked. Your spirit is off. A modest woman will want to put on a dress and cover herself properly. A whore want to play semantics. She want to run around with tight stuff on. Well, God knows who's to my heart because you're a hoe. That's all it is. You a whore.
KAHAN.
That's all that is. Let's just be honest about it. Yeah, you never had nobody talk to you like this, but your wicked behind needs it, man. That's so you style yourself like a whore, pulling your clothes down as you walk. From there, let's get 2 Corinthians 3:17.
The book is 2 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 17. It says, now the master is that spirit.
Mm-hmm. So the Yahusha is that spirit. He is that ruler. Go ahead, read on.
And where the spirit of the master is, there is liberty.
There's the only time you can get freedom, man. From there, let's get Psalms, David the psalmist. Psalms 51, verse 17. So we got to break your spirit. These damn women got too much pride. You dudes too, man. You jakes. Can't nobody tell you a thing. That's why you're always running from channel to channel to channel, man. Your spirit's off.
Psalms 57, 17, verse 17.
Psalms 51 and 17.
51 and 17. Okay.
Can't play with the Most High, man.
Psalms
51, 17.
Yeah. Psalms 51, 17. The sacrifices of Elohim are broken. Raw. A broken and contrite heart. O Elohim, you will not despise.
So right. So the sacrifices of the Most High is a broken spirit. A broken spirit and a contrite heart, meaning a clear mind. Most of you are not willing to do that. This is why Genesis 1 and 26 says, let us make See, you have to be in the ruach, man. What makes man spiritual? The law of the Most High. But the preacher and the priest, they telling you women, I'm talking to you women because you fill the churches. They tell you you're not under the law, you're under grace. So there's nothing taking place with you spiritually. This is why you're wicked as hell. And you style yourself like a harlot because you're a daughter of adultery. Nothing is taking place with you spiritually. If it was, check this out, David. If a woman is walking in the spirit of Christ, right?
Right.
He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. Did he not?
He did.
He said, he that saith I know of him, keepeth not his commandments is a liar. Did he not?
Correct.
Did he not give a commandment to women in Ephesians 5 and 22, obey your husband as unto the Lord?
Mm-hmm.
So how is she walking in the Lord? She's a liar, man. The devil is a liar. So she's a devil. Understand that. That's why Solomon said he looked and he couldn't find one righteous woman, man.
No, not one.
Not one. So nothing is taking place with you spiritually. Therefore, you men, You don't look like the image of the Most High. You look like a devil. The scriptures say, let us make man in our image after our likeness. Why they look like a devil then, Yahya? They look like the damn devil. They got tattoos all over the damn face. That spirit is off as hell, man. Your pants are sagging. This is a wicked and adulterous generation, man. So nothing's taking place spiritually, man. You don't look like Yahweh. You don't look like God. You look like the damn devil. And the poison of apps is under your tongue. There's none of you that's righteous. No, not one. You're playing with the Most High, but he's going to put your ass to death, man, when Hamashiach returns, man, to take this kingdom. From there, let's get Romans 3 and 13. David, there's an echo over there with you, man. I keep muting you because you got an echo. Romans 3 and 13.
Book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 13. Their throat is an open sepulcher.
Yeah, you're throat. Most of you women. This is where the scriptures say other women came to beget, but you men too. You lie, and you let her rule over you. Their throat is an open spatula. Read on.
With their tongues, they have used deceit.
Yo, she talking to you. Oh, yeah, baby, I love you. She just got off the phone with Yahya Bey saying, oh, baby, I love you. I love you. And she calling Tazadaq from a different phone, telling me she loved me. Then me and Yahya Bey, we out working out together and find out we dealing with the same girl, like Usher and R. Kelly. You understand what I'm talking about? That happens all the damn time, man. Same girl, same hoe. That's not an isolated incident, fellas.
Come on.
Read.
The poison of asp is under their lips.
Under their lips, man. Don't believe anything the women say, man. Don't believe anything a lot of these dudes. Oh, yeah, I'll be there. Khan. Yeah, I'm riding with you, Khan. And you need something the Negro's not picking up. That same dude is telling you, yo, Khan, y'all about Shem Yahusha. They sleep with each other's women. I could prove it, man. What the hell you think happened with those 3 dudes that slept with the same women? All of them call themselves priests, and they still out here teaching. And every single one of them knew it. They passed her around like she was a damn thrift store. Like they got it from a thrift store. Well, I used it all up. Let me put it back in the thrift store. Someone else get it. Now she's in Egyptology. But you got to look at the men also, because they was considering themselves priests. They wicked. The poison of apps is under their tongues. Read.
Verse 14. Whose mouth is full of cursing and bitterness.
Read on.
Their feet are swift to shed blood.
Mm-hmm.
Destruction and misery are in their ways.
Read on.
And the way of peace have they not known.
Man can't even get peace in his own home. Read.
There is no fear of the Allahim before their eyes.
They don't really fear the Most High. They're just hypocrites. Don't you know, man, if these men feared the Most High, man, they would be keeping these feast days and do what he says. They really believe, well, I'll just do the bare minimum, man, and I'll make it. And Eve, the hellfire is going to be mostly filled with women, because you're off as hell. You congregate. They got all these damn games that these women play, man. They play games with them. They could be with a damn man that's trying to do everything for him. Her sorry ass. You understand what I'm saying? And she's still trying to play a game. That shows you her damn spirit is off, man. I'm telling you, don't trust these women, man. Their spirits are off, man. And they don't want to be corrected. But wait until judgment comes, man. I'm fasting, I'm praying, man, that Hamashiach speeds this judgment up, man, so they could see. And I'm going to enjoy that, man. I am going to enjoy it when he put them to death. They're going to be screaming and tormented, man. Read.
Now we know that what things soever the law saith, it saith to them who are under the law.
Right.
That every mouth may be stopped and all the world may become guilty before Allah.
Read on.
Therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall be no flesh be justified in his sight.
So you know this law. So you're not going to be justified. Oh God, can you? No, you put him to death. This law, you're judged by this law. Read on.
For by the law is the knowledge of sin.
So you won't know what sin is without the law. How is the preachers telling y'all we're not under law anymore? We're under grace. Christ is the law, you damn dodo. When it says we're under grace, that's why he still kept the law. That's why he was still keeping the Passover. They came and got him on the Passover, you dodos. That's why they called it the Last Supper. That was the Passover, idiot. Understand what thou readest. Go ahead, King.
But now the righteousness of the Supreme Allah without the law is manifested, being witnessed by the law and the prophets. Even the righteousness of Supreme Allah, which is by faith of a Mashiach Yahusha, unto all and upon all them that believe, for there is no difference.
So the only way you could be born again is by this law. You got to know the law, the law, the law, the law, the law. You got to know the law. In order to be born again, you must know Christ, Yahusha. And to know him, you must know that he is a so-called black man. You got to know what he looks like. Let's get Revelations 1 and 14. How you going to worship him and you don't know what he looks like? You got that image of Caesar in your head when you're on your knees praying.
Book of Revelations, chapter 1, verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
If you burn anything, Yah Bay, what color does it turn? You burn
Black.
anything, it turns
Black.
It turns black. So it's clearly telling you right there, you got these damn wicked Edomites and everybody else trying to tell you, they trying to tap dance with that. Trying to make it seem like it's something that is not. Oh, yeah, he was Middle Eastern. Yeah. That's the damn devil, man. You burn anything, it turns black. That's a fact. Go ahead, Yashabin, finish that out.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
Come on. So if you know him, you got to know what, if you worship him, you got to know what he looks like to worship him. And you must know that he loved his brothers that loved him. He did not love everyone like the Christian churches teach. Christ was a rebel. Let's get Romans 10 and 13. Let's prove it. Hamashiach was a rebel, man. Christ was a rebel. There you go. Matthew, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here. You still can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 13. For whosoever shall call upon the name of the master shall be saved.
Okay, stop. The way that the black preachers, the white preachers, the Roman Catholics, they read that and they tell you that anyone that calls upon the name, despite his nationality, despite what he's done, he can be saved. That's not what that's saying. You got to keep reading. Let's read on. That is not what that's saying. Read.
How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed?
So if you don't believe in Yahusha is a so-called black man, how can you even be praying to him? You understand that, Yashbin? So if Edomites don't believe he's a so-called black man, how can they be saved when they're not even praying to him? They're praying to Caesar Borgia. I'm just quoting what the book says. How then shall they call upon him whom they've not believed? If you believe in this Charles Manson looking character that they created during the Renaissance, then you can't be saved. Read on.
And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard?
You have not heard of Yahusha. You have not heard of Yahusha. You've heard of Jesus, a fictitious character that white people made up. You may as well go and read a damn comic book if you believe that, because you cannot solidify that with the Bible. You have not heard about
and Caesar Salakia. And Caesar Borgia, he's a homosexual, also slept with his sister, and was considered one of the first mobs out here, and had to do a lot with Catholic, not with the Bible.
You've not heard about Yahusha. You heard about Jesus, a man that posed for a painting after the Renaissance. Read on.
And how shall they hear without a preacher?
So someone had to teach you, man. Someone has to teach you. David, get Malachi 2 verse 7. Malachi 2 verse 7. Read on, Yashibin.
And how shall they preach except they be sent?
So someone has to be sent to you. These preachers are not sent. Jeremiah tells you that. Read on.
As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things.
Mm-hmm. Read.
But they have not all obeyed the gospel. For Esaias saith, Master.
Esaias is the New Testament word for John. Salakia, for Elijah. Read on. It's a Greek rendering of the Hebrew word Elijah.
Saith, Master, who have believed our report? So then, faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of Yahweh.
So that's the only way you get faith, man, by the word. Read on.
But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. But I say, did not Israel know?
So y'all didn't know. Moses told you that in what they refer to as the Old Testament. You know?
First Moses saith, I will provoke you to jealousy by them that are no people, and by a foolish nation I will anger you.
So that's the Most High telling you right there that he's going to raise up Esau against you, man. By a foolish nation will I anger you. He said, did not Israel know? What is he talking about? He's referring you back to the Borean, the Old Testament, Deuteronomy 32 and 21. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people, and I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. And this is a damn foolish nation, man. You must bear witness, man. This is a foolish nation.
But Esaias is very bold and saith, I was found of them that sought me not. I was made manifest unto them that asked not for me. But to Israel he saith, all day long I have stretched forth my hand unto a disobedient and gainsaying people.
See that? You're gainsaying. Read on. No, that's it. That's it right there. So let's get Ecclesiastes in the Bible. Ecclesiastes 12, verse 12. David, you got that precept? There's an echo every time David reads, man. Yahya Bey, get Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. David, do you have that precept?
Malachi 2 and 13.
2 verse 7. They don't even sound similar, man.
Ecclesiastes what?
12 verse 12.
Malachi 2 and 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth.
So Yahusha being read, how can they know except they have a teacher? So you're supposed to learn this from the KAHAN, from the priest. That's what it's saying right there. You got that, Yahya? Ecclesiastes 12 and 12.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. Set him not by you, lest when he has overthrown you, he stand up in your place. Neither let him sit at your right hand, lest he seek to take your seat, and you at the last. Remember my words and be pricked through therewith.
That I think you read the wrong precept. I'll get it. Ecclesiastes 12 and 12 in the Bible. And further, by these, my son, be admonished of making many books. There is no end, and much study is weariness of the flesh. From there, let's go back to Yochanan 3, verse 1 through 3. Matthew, get Romans 7:24. Someone get Yochanan 3, verse 1 again. Matehayu.
Said Romans 7 and 2.
I need that John 3 and 1 first, though, from someone.
God, I got you. Book of John, Yochanan, chapter 3, verse 1 through 3. It says, remember now. Oh, Salak. No, this is. Remember now thy creator in the days
of John 3, verse 1.
There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus,
All right.
a ruler of the Jews.
Read on.
The same came to Jesus by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher, come from the Most High. For no man can do these miracles that thou doest, except the Most High be with him. Yahusha answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. Nicodemus saith unto him, How can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born?
Stop right there.
Yahusha answered.
No, that's good right there. Let's get to Romans 7:24.
Romans 7:24. O wretched man that I am, who should deliver me from the body of this death?
Okay, so the body is death. The flesh is death. The spirit is life. This is why you have to be born again. Your flesh is death. It is not the real you. This is why I try and teach you in commerce. When you look in the mirror, you don't see you. Paul said your flesh cannot enter the kingdom of Yahweh. So is heaven spiritual or physical? Watch this. Watch this. Someone get the book of Romans 8, verse 8.
Book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 8. So then, they that are in the flesh cannot please Yahweh.
So Christ.
But,
go ahead, finish that.
oh, no, that was the next verse.
So Christ is everlasting life in the spirit. Get John 3, verse 3. Christ is everlasting life in the spirit.
Thank you. There's much left over.
And John answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of heaven.
If you commit adultery, if you sleep with another man's wife, you cannot enter the kingdom of the Most High. 1 Corinthians 6, verse 9 and 10.
Book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 9 and 10. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yah? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves.
That means no Michelle Pennies and none of that in the kingdom of the Most High. We know.
Nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Yah.
None of that. So you cannot sleep with another man's wife and expect to go to the kingdom. And you just can't jump past the law to be born again. The law is what teach you what you must do to be born again. So how is these preachers telling you you're no longer under the law? Following the flesh will bring you death. Galatians 5 and 16.
Book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lusts of the flesh.
You hear that? Almost every single one of you are fulfilling the lust of the flesh, man. Read on.
For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary.
This is why most women are going to be put to damn death on the second coming of Christ. Because you tempt men by the way that you dress. Just about everything you do is designed to create lust. This is why you're warned about the woman so much in the Bible. She's of the flesh, man. Very few of them want to walk in the spirit. Even when you teach them, they wicked as hell. Think about it, man. And most Israelite congregation is flooded with a bunch of men. And most of these Christian churches is flooded with women. Why? Because they could do wickedness. You got women and these alternative lifestyle flooding these Christian churches, and you can't even call me a liar, man. Stop me where I'm lying at. You know?
And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft.
Fornication, man. That's Michelle Penny style. Fornication. Sexual wickedness. That's what fornication is. Fornication is not sex before marriage like these lying preachers done told you. Fornication is sexual wickedness.
Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murderers, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yah.
Con. So when you look in the mirror, you do not see the real you. Just like I try and teach you in commerce. Where do you think I got this from? I got it from this Bible. Book of Job 32 verse 8 says, but there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. Galatians 5 and 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Most of you are walking in the flesh. You're not supposed to commit adultery in accordance with Exodus 20 and 14. Again, Yahusha 9:3 verse 3 say, any of you that was born of a woman is unclean and must be born again. Job 25 verse 4 tells you that. How then can man be justified with Yahweh? Or how can he be clean that is born of a woman? He asked the question here. Book of Hebrews 10 verse 1. For the Lord having a shadow of good things to come, and not the very image of the things, can never, with those sacrifices which they offered year by year continually, make the comers thereunto perfect. Again, if you sleep with another man's wife, you cannot enter the kingdom of the Most High. If you tell another man, a woman, to leave him, you can't enter the kingdom of the Most High. See, before Christ, we knew nothing about being born again or the kingdom of heaven. The Most High made man in his image and likeness, as we read in Genesis, Bereshit 1 and 26. John 4 and 24 says Yahweh is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So the spirit of Yah had to be put in us, but only in us that is in his likeness. You got to be born again, man, to be in that spirit, to get that spirit. John 3, verse 3 through 4. Yahusha answered and said unto him, Truly, truly, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of Yah. Nicodemus saith unto him, How can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter a second time into his mother's womb? See, man got to get in the spirit to overcome the flesh. That's what Hebrews talking about in Hebrews 10 verse 1 when it says, For the Lord having a shadow of the good things to come, and not the very image of the things, can never, with those sacrifices which they offered year by year continuously, make the comers thereto perfect. You can't be washed in the blood of Christ without living and loving the law. That's how you cleanse, by the washing of the water of the word. Yachanan 3 verse 5, and Yahusha answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter the kingdom of Yah. What is that water? Ephesians 5 and 26 tells us that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the water of the word, which is the law. Yachanan 17, John 17, verse 17, sanctify them with thy truth. Thy word is truth. It's reading the Bible. It's the law. What is the word talking about? The law, the law, the law. So all of you that believe that you are saved under grace, death and destruction to you all. What did John tell you, man? Someone get Matthew 3 and 11. Get Matthew 3 verse 11, David.
Thank you. Khan.
Yeah, get John 16. Get John 6 and 63. Read what you got, David.
Khan, I'm pulling it up. Matthew 3 and 11. I indeed baptize you with water unto repentance.
So they're going to baptize John. He said, I baptize you with water. Read on.
But he that cometh after me,
who came after him? Christ. Read on.
is mightier than I, whose shoes I'm not worthy to bear. He shall baptize you with the Holy Ghost and with fire.
That word right there is supposed to be a Holy Spirit.
Holy Spirit.
Which means ruach. You see that?
Yes.
Christ baptized you with the washing of the water of the word, man. That's how you get your spirit right. Ephesians 5 and 26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the water of the word. The word. He baptized you by teaching you these laws. From there, let's get John 6 and 63.
John 6 through 63. It is the raw that quickens the flesh, profits nothing. The word that I speak unto you, they are the raw, and they are life.
So it is the ruach that quickeneth, meaning the spirit. So he's saying the words that I'm speaking into you, man, is spirit. It's spirit. From there, John 1 and 14. Who is the word? What is this word that we're talking about? The word is Christ. The word is Yahusha. Yahushai. That's the word.
Book of John, chapter 1,
there's no
verse.
longer a need for the Lord because the Lord is with you when you're walking in the ruach. There's no need for the law anymore because the law is in you. It's written in your heart. Read what you got, Ken.
Book of John, chapter 1, verse 14. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. And
Christ was
we
made flesh and dwelt amongst us.
and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth.
Okay, full of grace and truth. So you say, well, under grace, that means you're under Christ. What is the truth? We already told you what the truth was. The word sanctified them with thy truth. John 17, verse 17. Thy word is truth. It's the word, which is the law. The law. John 3 and 12. If I had told you earthly things, and you believe me not, how shall you believe if I tell you of heavenly things? Wisdom of Solomon, 9 verse 15. For the corruptible body passeth down, the nephesh, the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind that musteth upon things. 1 Corinthians 15 and 46. Howbeit, that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterward that which is spiritual. Again, John 17, verse 17. Sanctify them with thy truth. Thy word is truth. That's the word. That's the law. Ephesians 5 and 26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the water of the word. How do you become sanctified, David? By studying the law, which is the word, the word.
Gone.
1 Peter 1 and 22. Seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth. What is the truth? The truth is the word. John 17 and 17. Through the Spirit unto unfriends love of brethren. See that ye love one another with a pure heart fervently, being born again, not of corruptible seed, meaning the flesh, but of an incorruptible, by the word, by the word, by the word, which is the law of Yahweh, which liveth and abideth forever. For all flesh is as grass, and all glory of man as the flower of grass. The grass wherewith and the flower thereof falleth away. But the word endureth forever. So how in the heck are preachers telling you that the word is done away with? We're reading right here, but the word, meaning the law of the Lord, endureth forever. And this is the word which by the gospel is preached unto you. That's it, man. That's all I have. Anyone else have anything? That's all I got. Anyone got any words? Once again, let me say this, man. It's a high holy day. 2 high holy days this month. And we definitely need to try and gather for one of them. The Feast of First Fruits. So I can, man. What am I saying here? The Feast of Trumpets, September the 8th through 9th, the blowing of the trumpets. Then the Day of Atonement, September the 17th to 18th, from sundown to sundown. You're supposed to afflict your soul. You fast for 24 hours. That is a holy convocation, meaning you're supposed to gather in a congregation. The September the 18th and 19th. Salakia, September the 17th and 18th. Then you have the Feast of Tabernacles, right? Which is shelter or harvest from September the 22nd through the 29th. That's where you're supposed to stay in tents for a week. We did that last year, Yasha Beam in Massachusetts. And it was cold. And you had that crazy dude, man, that got them pulled over. So these high holy days, man, we're supposed to keep. We're supposed to keep these high holy days and congregate. So mark your calendars and plan ahead to participate for these high holy days. They're set apart for a reason. Stop celebrating Easter and all the light. So with that, man, I'm gonna bring this to an end, man. I gotta start a webinar. See, Remy said to let me in. I'll post a link here for a minute, man. But yeah, man. So we need to schedule a Zoom call, find out where we could keep this Day of Atonement. Last year we kept it in Durham, North Carolina.
Yeah, let me know, King. So I go, you know what I'm saying? Once I know the location, I can start booking, man. The earlier the better.
Yeah. I'm trying to come up with something over the next 2 days, brother. A spot, location. Shabbat Shalom. What's going on, man?
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
What's going on?
I'm hearing the lesson, man. Bringing out good scriptures. We need this right now in these times, man. These hard times. You heard about the eviction moratorium being extended?
Oh, they extended it again?
Yeah, it's in January 2022.
Man, they keep going back and forth, man. Damn. Wow.
For New York, yeah. I just saw it right now on my feed. And I also know that they was gonna allow OnlyFans to still have nudity and stuff like that posted on their site, because Tiger said that he was gonna make his own website like that so they can do that again. So they like, nah, we ain't gonna compete with this dude. Like, that's what I heard. It's a rumor. I don't know if it's true.
No, I heard something like that also about a week ago. Yeah.
Yeah, man. They keep on giving these women, allowing them to escape judgment. That's what I'm seeing, man. I'm seeing a lot of, Esau keeps on letting these women escape judgment, man. But it's gonna come one way or another, man. So I'm not really worried about it, because women's getting judged every day, man. I see on the news, people, a lot of judgment's been sent out on these hurricanes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're gonna be judged right along with the house of Esau, man.
I mean, they all go hand in hand with them. That's the devil's helper, man. Eve is the devil's helper, man. The Bible tells you this, man. That you men don't get this, man. She's out to help him in this queendom that they both living in, because that was the promise, man, that you will be like gods, knowing good and evil. That was the promise that the serpent gave to Eve, and she was deceived because she'll never be a god. That's not her role. You know what I mean? But Esau likes to give her a delusion, a strong delusion, man, that she's above the man. And that's why they keep on allowing these women to escape judgment in this world. But the Most High still gonna bring it past, because this is his movie, man. This is the Most High's movie, man.
Cool.
But like you were saying earlier, man, don't trust these women, man. Yeah, I wouldn't trust them either, man. I wouldn't trust them with a damn dollar.
Betray you, man. A man could be doing everything he's supposed to be doing, and just out of that whore being bored, she'll go and betray that man. She'll go and betray him. And this is the evil kingdom that Esau has set up, man. That's why the Most High can put his ass to death, man. He's a wicked man, man.
Oh, he's going to slavery first, though.
I know.
He going to slavery, and his woman gonna be concubines, man. Helping our women with what they want. They gonna be right back in the on the order they supposed to. Because you brought out another scripture saying that he risen up a wicked fool, something like that. You said the scripture where he was saying the Most High said that he risen up the fool to rule over us.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, you know, and that's exactly what we see in this, you know, in this world, man.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 32:21, a foolish nation.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, by a foolish nation will I anger you.
You know, and it's vexing, you know, seeing all these wicked things going on, like this little Nas X character, man, with the baby thing going on, man, like, you know, and they putting that on Jake. They defiling Jake so much because, you know, that's what Esau wants. Because, you know, if Jake keeps on sinning and keeps on going against the Most High, he's not going to bring the kingdom in faster. And, you know, Esau knows that, man. Esau knows his book, man. He knows his book. He knows his judgment, man. He knows his book better than you Negroes out here, man. He know what his judgment is. That's exactly why he's going right to foot to note, man. He's doing this part, but you Negroes ain't doing nothing, man. Y'all Negroes want to just have this world and make your own and open your businesses, and y'all want to live the best life in this place, man. This is slavery, man. This is not our rest, man. The scriptures say this is not our rest, man. This ain't a time to be relaxing and enjoying and sleeping, man. It's time to wake up, because this vaccine of Vanessa Williams that's being passed around, man. You see what's going on, man. They're making it mandatory. New York, you can't go to the gym, you can't go to certain restaurants. Soon they're gonna make it to where you can't go to the supermarket, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a point to where you can't even eat no more, man, if you don't take that Vanessa, man. So you Negroes better wake up, man. I better wake up, man, because Esau is coming in like a flood, man. And once that military start walking down the street, going door to door, that's when y'all really gonna see, man. Because they already setting that up already, man. They got the woman being drafted at 18 because they got to put some bodies over there overseas, man, because overseas they getting brutalized over there, man. Russia, China, all them countries, man, that's over there, that's against the USA, man. They turn them up over there, man. That's why they evacuated Afghanistan, man. They was getting brutalized over there, man. And they left all the equipment over there, trucks, tanks, all the weapons, man. This is the battle of Armageddon that's coming, man. In the valley of Jehoshaphat, man. The valley of decision, man. That's why they abandoned that territory, man, because they all gonna surround that wicked Khazarite land over there, Israel, and they gonna go to work on y'all, man, because this kingdom need to come down, man, and he gonna save the best for last, man. The United, what is called United Snakes of America, man. He's saving the best for last, man. This place is going to get the best treatment it needs to be, man, because it's a wicked place, man. This place is a place don't vex you every day, man, then you know you're not right in your spirit, man. When you wake up and see all the foolishness outside, man, if you don't get vexed by this place, man, then you don't belong in the kingdom of the Most High, man. Because the Most High is not a friend of this world, man. He tells you that, man. He's an enemy of this world, man. And if you're a friend of this world, then you his enemy too, man. Bottom line, there's no in between, man. The Most High, he choosing sides, man. What side you gonna choose, man? He Most High is choosy with his ways, man. He just don't choose anybody, man. Like you see the KAHAN, man. Like Tazadaq, man, he keep his spirit right, man, because he know the Most High is choosy, man. And that's how you're supposed to be with your woman, man. You're supposed to choose these women right, man. Not just choose anything and settle for anything because she giving you some box, bro. Any woman can give you some box, man. It ain't about the box, man. It's about what's on top of the box, on her brain, man, her spirit, man. That's what you're supposed to be looking for, man. Because if you don't look for that, she gonna betray you. She gonna stab you in the back. Just like her daddy Esau told her to do, man. Because Eve hates God, man. Deep down, man, these women don't love God, man. Anything that go against with the woman's against the woman in the scriptures, man, they get upset, they get mad. But if the Most High go against a man, oh, they all for that, man. They all for what the man does wrong and how to punish the man and the judgment of a man. They don't want to hear their judgment. They don't want to hear how they supposed to be as a woman, man. That's why, you know what I'm saying, I don't even speak to women about the Bible, man, because you ain't gonna get that far, man. You ain't gonna get that far, man, most of the time, man. 90% of the time, you ain't gonna get that far with them, man. They mind is gonna go right back to worldly things, man. They want to know what celebrities are doing, what's the newest pair of Jordans out, the newest trend, the fashion trend, the newest hairstyle. You know, that's what women worry about in this world, man. They ain't worried about what the Most High kingdom, man. It said to seek the kingdom first, man, and everything will be given on to you, man. Women ain't seeking the kingdom. They want this place to keep going, man. They want this place to keep going forever. That's why they talking about, oh yeah, 5 years from now, I'm gonna be, 10 years from now. They looking into the future of this place, man. Not for the downfall of this place, man. And if you're looking for the downfall of this place, stay away from me, man. Cause I don't want nothing to do with this wicked place, man. Cause it's not my spirit to want to see this place thrive, man, and get back to normal, man. The Most High run this pandemic here for a reason, but you Negroes don't want to wake your eyes up, man. You think this is just a normal thing, man? This is a worldwide pandemic, man. And what the new world order is supposed to be about? It's supposed to be about a whole new world, not just one part of the world, man. The whole place, man. The whole damn place, man. So you niggas better wake up, man.
Yeah, all right, man. I'm about to end this. Appreciate that, man. We gotta start this webinar thing here, man.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Everybody be safe, man.